Welcome, everybody, to episode 18, the final episode of the DENSI podcast. So glad you could join us tonight. We have two panelists on the line, and I'd like to introduce you to them right now. Have them tell you who they are, where they're from, what they do, and how many times they've been to Summer Institute. Allison, I'm going to start with you. Welcome.
Welcome. I'm Alison Schleede. I'm a coordinating teacher for instructional technology in Wake County, North Carolina, just south of Raleigh. I've been to the DENSI Summer Institute. This will be my third time. So I went to Montana and Burlington, Vermont, and then I get to go to Nashville, and I'm very, very excited.
All right. Welcome, Alison. Kamala.
Hi, I'm Kamala Schuster. I am starting a new job as a technology integration specialist next year. This is my first time going to the DENSI Summer Institute.
All right. Allison, back to you. What is a takeaway you've had from Summer Institute's past? Why you would tell people to apply to the Summer Institute, or maybe just something about the Summer Institute you want to share?
My biggest takeaway was just how much you learn from so many people. And it's not learning. We go to sessions all during the day, but it's not learning just during those sessions. It's between sessions and at meals and in the evening when you're sitting around in the lounge just kind of talking and just learning so much. It's crazy how much learning goes on the whole time. It's overwhelming, it's exhausting, but it's so invigorating. It just makes me excited for going back to school in the fall.
All right, thank you, Allison. Kamala, what are some questions that you have?
My biggest takeaway was just how much you learn from so many people. And it's not learning. We go to sessions all.
You could shut that down, or else we'll get some feedback. All right, Kamala, what is a question you might have about Summer Institute heading into it? A few days away.
A few days away. It's a while away, right? I guess my biggest question is the costume for the music thing, because I have no idea what to do with that.
All right, Allison, would you like to share your costume idea?
I don't know what I'm going to do this year. Last year we had to dress as something from our state, and my home state is New York, and so I grew up just outside of Rochester. So I dressed as a Kodak camera that actually worked. Porter said there would be prizes for the best costume, so I'm a little competitive. So I'm trying to figure out this year what I'm going to do. I have some ideas, but I'm really not sure yet. So it can be anything. It can be you could dress as somebody who's a musician. You could dress as an instrument. You could dress as anything to do with music. So it's really wide open.
Yeah, I think as Porter said, you can, some people are going to become as concert goers or fans, and one person she's heard is going to dress as a baby grand piano. So you have a wide range there to dress up as. All right, Allison, back to you. What, as someone as an ed tech specialist, how is that different? How is Summer Institute different for you versus someone who's in the classroom, and how can you bring Summer Institute ideas back to your teachers?
I guess it's different because I look at it as what I can tell teachers to do in their classrooms, but I'm not actually in a classroom anymore. So it's a little bit harder in some ways because I don't have that, feet on the ground, first-hand knowledge of this will work, this won't work. I did spend, 10 years in the classroom where I actually had my own class, so I have a good idea of things I like to do, but I don't get to go into as many classrooms these days and try it out with students, but I do get to try things out with teachers. So it's a little bit different. But I come back with so many ideas that I can send out. We've got, 11 or 12,000 teachers in our district, so there's a few people I can share it with.
For sure. All right, Kamala, what's something that you are anticipating about Summer Institute?
I've been to actually a lot of, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Oh, I've been to a lot of Discovery Education PD, and it's always amazing. Like everything I've gone to the tech book stuff out here, I've gone to Denapalooza out here, and Discovery Education comes out to Colorado a lot. So I've been lucky enough to have a lot of experience with some PD, and I just heard this is that to the 10th degree. It's that much better. It's like the power of 10. It's amazing. So one of my good friends has gone many times, so she convinced me to sign up.
All right. Well, we're glad you did. Allison, will you talk about some of those other events outside of Summer Institute, like the Renaissance Fair, maybe?
Okay, so we did a Renaissance Fair in North Carolina. It was Renaissance themed, and we had people from all over. It was a lot of North Carolina, but there were actually people. We had some from Pennsylvania and other places, South Carolina, come up. So it was really amazing because we tried to do everything related to the Renaissance. Like we had a fortune teller who used Erasma, and you'll get to meet Karen Ogan in a couple weeks. And we had our science specialists come in and do some old-time science tricks and science crafts. So it was just really neat, different way to use technology and put a different spin on it.
Kamala, some of the other events you've experienced, what have kind of been your takeaways from those?
It's just, I think there's always so many new ways that Discovery Education is trying to work with educators to work with the kids in the classroom. And so I've always found Board Builder was probably the last takeaway that I had. The tech book I used for social studies and science last year in my classroom, and I loved it. So just all of everything, basically.
We heard some of the Tennessee people in a previous podcast talk about Tennessee. Has anyone been to Tennessee? That's Kamala or Allison. Has anyone been to Tennessee?
I have.
I went. Yep, I went in September to Den Gone Country, which was one of the many Den events.
Sorry.
And that was pretty exciting. We got to do some of the things around the city and see some of the Country Music Hall of Fame, and went out on the General Jackson showboat. So pretty cool stuff.
Anything you could tell us about Tennessee from that experience?
It was just a very vibrant downtown area. A lot of music, a lot of like bands and singers right in like every little restaurant along the strip had a different singer in there. So it was really neat because there was just a variety of music.
Very cool. Allison, can you tell us a little bit about your DENSI story? What made you first want to apply the first time you applied?
The first time I applied, I had gone to Biltmore Estate for a day of discovery, and I met some of the people from Discovery Ed, Kyle Schutt and Matt Mongen, and it was just such an exciting time to learn from them and to see what they were sharing. That they talked about the Summer Institute, and I thought that's where I want to go. I want to learn more, and I want to be with other people who are, interested in integrating technology into their classrooms.
Allison, one of the things that people have talked about is the lack of sleep at Summer Institute. How much is sleep overrated at Summer Institute?
Sleep is very much overrated. If you go to bed early, you miss out on all the good games and fun that go on in the lounge until midnight or so. And if you don't get up at 6 for the Den Fit Club, then you miss out on some great exercise. So
I'm glad you brought the Fit Club up. I wanted to talk to you about that a little bit. Tell us about how that came about, and what people can expect this year from the Fit Club.
2 years ago, Steve Dembo headed up the Fit Club, and basically people just get up at 6 and either walk or run or do yoga, or last year we introduced hula hooping. Kate Nagel was kind enough to create some hula hoops that we could use. So we did like some fitness hula hooping, which was pretty awesome. And then at the end of the week we have a 5K. So we have the Den 5K, and there are prizes. So it's just a good time and just a good way to keep yourself active. We do a lot of sitting during the day when we're in different sessions, so it's nice to start your morning out with a walk or a run or something.
All right. Anything new we can look forward to this year for the Fit Club?
I'm still working on that, trying to see what we're going to have. I'm not sure yet, so there will definitely be a 5K walk/run. Mark Case will be back this year. So 2 years ago for the 5K, he did a geocaching 5K where they stopped and did some geocaching along the route. So we'll have to see what happens there.
I was going to say, should we maybe expect that this year?
I don't know. need to talk to Mark and see what we can do.
All right, sounds great. Alison, talk a little bit about something from Summer Institute years past where you went in thinking, I thought it was going to be this, but it ended up turning out to this and was so much better than you thought it would be. Like one moment that you went in thinking, oh, this isn't going to be that good, and then you came out and you're like, wow, that's not what I totally expected.
I just think the whole experience, you know, when you go into a tech conference or even some of the, like the day of discovery, you know, it's just a few hours of intense learning, but with the Summer Institute, it's all day. It just never stops. And it's not like always an organized learning. Sometimes it's just sitting at breakfast and, hey, have you seen this? Or check out this app I found. Or, you know, everybody brings all their cool tech tools and things like that. So it's just really neat to learn from such a variety of people who do so many different jobs around, I mean, the U.S., Canada. My first year there was somebody there from Romania. And then this year there's going to be several people from the United Kingdom. So it's exciting to learn from people outside of our state and our country.
Yeah, I believe Katie Warren referred to the learning that goes on outside the formal, informal meetings.
Yeah.
What is it about the community that really, you know, makes the whole family feel? You know, you're back on a college campus, everyone's around, staying in the same area. What is it that makes everyone kind of gel so quickly?
Just because you can't escape each other, you're together all the time. I mean, you're together for breakfast, you're together for the sessions, you're together at lunch. When you go to bed, you're still together. I mean, the first year I went, we all had single rooms, and so it was easy to isolate yourself. And so I'm really glad that we're in suites. And last year we were in suites, so you're forced to talk to people and meet people. And I think as newbies coming in, they really need to realize, you know, it's easy to go hide in your room or go sit in your room or to take a nap, but it's so much better when you just immerse yourself and jump in, and everybody's very welcoming. So,
Kamala, if you've been here the whole time, I apologize. I didn't see your face on the screen there. Will you tell us a little bit?
I've been here for a little while, but not the whole time.
Sorry about that. Can you tell us a little bit about your DENSI story, why you first applied, and why you wanted to?
I've been a STAR ambassador in my district, and I've just been a DEN STAR for a number of years. And my friend finally went a few years ago. As I said, I applied a few years ago and got accepted, but couldn't make it. So it's been something that I've been looking forward to doing for a while, and it just worked out timing-wise this year. So I was excited that I got accepted and I'm able to go.
All right. Anything you want to share about your whole DEN experience, or anything else about the DEN or the people?
Me?
Yeah, or anything else you're excited about.
Whenever the people have come to Denver, it's been amazing. The last tech book thing they came out for, we went to the Denver Aquarium and got to see all the animals, and they did some great science experiments and lessons, plus the tech stuff. It's just a really well-rounded, I think, PD that I really like, and I'm just a big tech person. My tech job's a little different than Alison's. I actually go into the classroom. I'm going to be working with the kids and the teachers on how to integrate tech into the classroom, so I'm kind of excited to see more stuff on the primary level because I was a 5th grade teacher. So.
All right. Well, thank you both for being here tonight. We're actually out of time, but I wanted to give you all one last chance to say something about Summer Institute, either you're looking forward to, or any last words about Summer Institute. Alison?
Just 20 days away, and I'm excited and trying to get all my sleep in now because I know that I won't sleep while I'm there.
All right, Kamala.
I'm just looking forward to meet everybody and see all the names that I followed on Twitter, and you know, actually get to put a face to a name, and I'm really looking forward to that. So.
All right. Well, thank you both again for joining us tonight. Thank you for watching. For everything DENSI, head to densi2014.com, and for everything DEN, head to dencommunity.com, where you can find out other events that are happening outside of Summer Institute, like Denapalooza. Thank you both for being here tonight, and have a great night, and have a great time at Summer Institute.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brandon.